Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Wednesday, the 18th of November. We have new mods, we have some updates. The updates are as follows. From left to right, the Lizard Marsha Sand DCA2MC 10500 by Conta Comigo Modding JV3D, the TGS 41500 IT Runner by PModding, the Panel Fence and Gates by Mikhail LS, and the BGA 200 kilowatt by Castor LSMC have all had updates today. Now this was going to be entitled Walkout Wednesday because there are so many mods again. I'm fried. However, this is sensational mod Wednesday. There are honest game-changing mods with respect to the potential they bring. You'll see. Wow, just incredible. I've got to get on with this. Anyway, in front of me, the Modern Doghouse Pack. This is by Dash Modding, 4.13 megabytes download. 2 slots for each of these because these come in multiple colours. The dog is over there. Don't know if the dog will come. Come on. L3 to feed the dog. There we go. Right, go on. And you can do usual, you can pet the dog and various different things like that. All very lovely. These you'll find under Placeables, under Animal Pens. As you can see, we have a blue, a green, grey, red, white. 2 slots each. The dog's there, as other dog pens do, but this is a modern one. That's carpeted in there, isn't it? Very nice indeed. Next up, we have got this, which the dog is now showing us. This is the weather station. This by Kirjen, 2.54 megabytes download, 3 slots on console. This will pay out per hour 20 on easy, 15 on normal, and 10 on hard economies. Doesn't take up a lot of room. Little weather station, solar powered. All very nice indeed. This you'll find under Placeables, under Miscellaneous, right at the very end. Now, it's interesting though that it's got a solar panel on it, but it charges you 15 per day for upkeep. Doesn't require any power, surely. But anyway, 2,500 to place. Once you place the first one, slot count drops down to 1. That's the weather station by Kirjen. Next, we have got this. This is the shed pack, or it's part of the shed pack. There are 3 sheds in this shed pack. We've got a 24 metre, a 32 metre and a 40 metre. I placed the 24 metre. Each of them is the same design, just longer. Nicely detailed. This is by Mach 1, Andy and MA7. There are 6 slots each. It's 5.68 megabytes to download the pack. Some of these I haven't had a chance to have a look at. This has been another one of those days that, honestly, I just want to point out one thing. I do my mod reviews and do a lot of my gameplay and all my stuff on PS4. That's my choice, I understand that. But understand that when I do a mod review, especially when there's a lot of mods, and ones that require a lot of setting up to show and that kind of thing, it takes a long time. There's a lot of stuff to remember. Because people want to know what the slot counts are, they want to know what the megabyte download is, they want to know who it's by, how they function, that kind of thing. I'm still getting people coming saying, you missed this, or it appears you missed that, I'm surprised you missed it. I'm going to miss stuff. I will. There's so much stuff to see and look at and remember. I will miss something. Apologies if I do, but I will miss something. Anyway, yeah, very nice shelters. I don't think there are lights under there, are there? Oh, not that I can see. So, under sheds. There we go. The 24 metre is 15 grand. The 32 metre is 20,000, and the 40 metre is 40 grand. There you go. Right, bear with me a second because we need to go a bit further afield. To these, the Northern Coasts Sheds. These by GreenBale. Interestingly, the one that's kind of a pre-placeable yard, I like this one. I like the fact it's, you know, a fairly flat, wide open area, but the fact you've got entrance and exit, you've got your tarmac fencing, that kind of thing. This one is 6 slots. The one on its own is 8 on console. I'm not quite sure why. This is 13.82 megabytes to download. Really nicely detailed. Texturing, everything's Fantastic. Loads of space inside. I think the light switch is on the outside, pretty sure they are. There we go. Does that do the ones inside as well? It does. And then we got this one this side as well. I'd like to say, for an easily done placeable look, there's a yard. Wallop. Can't fault that at all. Gate on this side, so you can add it into existing stuff. Now it's going to depend on the map you're on and how easy it's to place things and that kind of thing. But very nice. And then the singular one, again, same style of building, same textures. It's just the building without the yard, and it's only one of them. Again, light switch down the front. There. These you'll also find under placeables under sheds. So the storage yard is 80 grand. That's the one that's 6 slots, and the storage shed is 20 grand, and that is 8 slots. When she bought the first one of each, they dropped down to 1. But very nice by GreenBale. We get a load of stuff from GreenBale. It is really nice stuff. I think we've got a trailer to look at in a little while. Moving on from there, we have got the placeable construction houses. And these are just decorative placeable. I was just trying to find a big space to put them down. Sorry, it hasn't been landscaped properly. But these are if you want to put a construction site down, or you want to put one, or however, whatever you want to do with them, it's entirely up to you. But there are quite a lot. I think there are 7 buildings and 4 garages on this one. The slot counts run, and like I said, the detail's nice, kind of breeze block construction. Some have got construction stuff in them, some have got roof timbers on but nothing else, toolbox and things. Some have got the roofs on and some tools inside. Then we got a 2-storey. Like I say, the detailing on them is incredible. Really, really nice. Very, very well made. Oh, got stuck on the stairs. That's the last thing I need. Then we've got a raised single storey. That one's got a deck on the back as well being built. Very, very good. 2-storey with the floor in. Concrete staircase. Then one with foundations and first floor being built. And then the garages. From a YouTuber Let's Play narrative standpoint, cracking idea, really nice. And I know we got a load of placeables and mods and things like this. Anyway, right, as far as slots go on console, the pack itself is 12.39 megabytes. That one there is 8 slots. That's 9 slots. That one is 8 slots. That one is 4 slots. That one there is 13 slots, I think, because the deck on the back. That 2-storey one is 11. That one's 8. That one is 13. Not quite sure. Oh, that's a detail, I suppose. I don't know. That one's 4. That's 11. And that's 3. There you go. These you will find under decoration, under placeables, decoration. So house 1A is 18 grand. House 1B, 24 grand. House 2, 28. 3A, 31,000. 3B, 35,000. 4, 38,000. House 5, 17. Then the garages, 4,500, 6,000, 5,800 and 4,600. Did I say who they were by? That's by Sphinx, sorry. Those are by Sphinx. Very cool. Next we've got these. These are the Bayes tanks, or tank Bayes, 11.72 megabytes download. This by SiiD 88. There are 3 trailers for transporting liquids. This one is, that's 3 slots on console. That's 5. That's 6. I know I say on console because I know some PC players watch as well. I'm playing on console, recording on console, but just so people are aware. Now, these don't all carry the same things. I think this one does liquid fertilizer, herbicide. Does it do water? I think. That one does liquid fertilizer, herbicide, water and fuel. And that one I think just does liquid fertilizer and herbicide. But we'll check those in the store. My mind's gone blank as to whether I just did the slots. Yeah, I did 3, 5 and 6, didn't I? nicely made. Few options available on this one. The other two you don't get any options. This one we've got a pump, we've got a ladder bit, and there's there's a whole, I say array, there's a few things to look at on it. Array is probably the wrong word to use. These you'll find under tools, under pretty sure miscellaneous. There we go. So the first one, one axle tank, 8,100. That will go up to a 7,500 litre capacity, and like I said, that will do water, liquid fertiliser and herbicide. Options available: we can have capacity at 5,000, 6,500 or 7,500. The tank doesn't change size, you just get a different capacity. Then wheel brand, we've got Nokian, Trelleborg, Michelin, and back to Nokian again. Now design, we have got standard. With scale, that puts the ladder on. I couldn't find a scale on it, just a ladder. Mud guards. Then you can have with pumps, with ladder and pump, pump and mud guards, ladder, pump and mud guards. It seems to be putting them in a very weird order. So you can have one of each, all, nothing, mixtures. There's a whole load of different options on that one. On the 2-axle tank, capacity 15,000 or 20,000 litres, which is quite surprising. For 27 grand, Trelleborg, Michelin, and back again. With that one, like I say, that will do milk as well. That was the other one I forgot. So milk, water. It does say fuel and DEF. I think that's what the plus is for, isn't it? Liquid fertiliser and herbicide. Then the tank frame, which is just a single IBC, 2,000 litre. Lizard or Nokian, Michelin. There's no Trelleborgs on those. Lizard, Nokian, Michelin, yeah. And that will hold liquid fertiliser and herbicide, but no water in that one. So there we go. That's the tank base by Modding 88. Next we have got, which way am I going? This way here. This is the Roller RDC 3450. This is by Holzs FS, 4.76 megabytes download, 7 slots each for these. These come as separate entities, so you've got the main frame one with 2 clips on the side, and then you've got the extension rollers, so that's 7 slots, that's 7 slots, and you can buy them in multiples, so you can either get a single one on its own to pull behind, you can get the frame and put 2 behind it, or you can get 3 frames and then you can have a load behind it, however you want to go about it, but these are pretty much mix and match, and these will fertilise. It does list in the Mods Hub a whole list of sort of not instructions, but a description on some crops and stuff that require after seeding to be compacted and that kind of thing, which aids soil, water, moisture in the soil. There's a whole load of instructions on there and description. But anyway, that's what they are for. You'll find these also under tools and miscellaneous. So there we go. The RDC 3450D is 2,000 to buy, and like I say, 7 slots for the first one, and that drops down. 1.5 metre width, requires 20 horsepower. The RDC 3450E is 1,000 to buy, also 7 slots, which drops down to 1. Again, 1.5 metre, requiring 20 horsepower. There are no options available. They are in red, both of them. But like I say, they can be connected independently. So if I hook up now and then switch to one, disconnect it, you see it drops off. Do the other one, that drop. No, I need to drive forward to get that one to drop off. Let's try that again, about there. Then drop that one off, and I can just use the one roller, or if I get it to back up straight, I can both up. But you need to turn them all on. So if we go to that one, turn it on, that one, turn it on, that one, turn it on. As we drive forward, the ground will be darker because we are now getting a fertilising state with our rollers, as you can see. I like the animation and stuff with the mud collecting on them as well. You don't always get that on the roller packs, but that's a nice feature. That I like that. Very cool. So that's the Roller RDC 3450 by Holzs FS. Moving on from there. Actually, I don't need to disconnect those because I've got another tractor. Next up, we've got this. This is the Lizard Cultivators pack. This is by Nico Do 55. 12.42 megabytes to download. There are 3 in this pack, which we'll have a look at in a minute. Just different frame sizes. The options and the actual design are pretty much the same. They're just different sizes. I think this one is a 5.3 or 5.7. but we'll double check that in a minute. Nicely made. These you'll find under Tools and Cultivators. So as I said, there are three. You've got the Flexi-Tine for 4,525, requires 80 horsepower, 4 slots, 3.5 metres wide, will run at 4 miles per hour. Options available, we can change the tine colour to anything on there, like so, and we can change the main colour to also anything on that palette, like so. And then we've got the Superflow, which is 2.9 metres, so we actually go down from a 3.5 to a 2.9. 3 slots, requires 100 horsepower. That's interesting though, isn't it? Smaller size, narrower, cheaper, but requires more horsepower to pull. Also 4 miles per hour. Same options available, we can change the design colour and the main colour. And then the Superflow wide, 5.7 metres, requires 150 horsepower. And that one is the one that is, what did I say it was, 6 slots. No, that's 4 slots as well. Oh, okay. Same options available for that one. I'm just looking at the ones next to it. That's actually really slow though, isn't it? When you think your regular cultivators will pull at about 9, some of them at 10, they're 4 miles an hour. It's a bit slow. It may stop people choosing them, I don't know, but anyway, they are there. Unless that's a typo, but we're just about to find out. So, drop it down. No, it's 4 miles an hour. Wow, okay, that would take you quite a while to get things done. Not a bad price and not a bad size, and the fact you've got 3 there as an option, very nice indeed, but it's a little bit slow. Anyway, it is what it is. That's by Nico Do 55. Moving on, we've got the Lizard, or the Subsoiler Lizard 9 rods or 9 stems. There you go, 9 stem. So this is a subsoiler. This will give you a cultivated look, but a ploughed state underneath. So you can use these instead of ploughing if you want to. And this says, I'm pretty sure it's only a 1.7 metre. That looks, does that mean, or does that look wider than 1.7? It's hard to tell, isn't it? In game, there's no kind of perspective. It's hard to. Anyway, nicely made. That's by Conta Comigo modding. 7 slots, 6 megabytes to download. You'll find this under Subsoilers. There we go, 12,000 to buy, yeah, 1.7 metres. Run at 7 miles per hour, requires 130 horsepower to pull. No options available, you get it in yellow. There you go, cultivated look, but you get a ploughed state. Trying to do all the implements first, then move on to the equipment. And then next we have got this on the end. This is, if I get the right one on my list, this is the Bandeirante Virtuos 1300 by Farm Centro Sul. This is 5.82 megabytes to download, 10 slots on console. It's got an 18 metre spread width, and this will do lime or fertiliser. So it is a spreader. This you'll find under Tools and Fertiliser Technology. 9,500 to buy, 1,300 litre tank. Runs at 12 miles per hour. Oh, hang on. Better check that again. I don't think there are any options available, but I could be wrong. Nope, no options available. Like I said, when I'm setting this up and I get all the mods out, I get each mod out, I look it over, I look at the options, look at how it works. If it's something that's a bit complicated, try and work out how it works. Then by the time I get around to it, it's all set up and ready to go, and I start doing the review off, and I forget what each thing does and where it is, and you know. So this will spread out. I've got it on lime at the moment to 18 metres. Like so. Not a bad size, not a bad spread width, not a bad price. There you go. So, sensational mods, you may be asking. Really? Well, let's look at what comes next. Okay, we have got this. This is very nice. I like this a lot. This is the New Holland CR1090 US model. This is a collaboration by Whiskey Sierra Modding, Adub Modding ABP Team, and SiiD, SiiD. So this is a little bit of a more advanced version of the standard in-game 1090 we've got, with a few more options, as you can see with the tracks. We've got tracks and tyre options and all sorts of stuff on this. It's very nice. There's a rear light package option which gives you 2 extra lights on the back. On the side as well, we've got a sticker that says westhillstractor.com. And that's what I said before, or I always used to say before, looking at stickers and decals, if they start to blur it's a little bit, but that's spot on. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and is that Discord on the end? Looks like the Beats logo, but I think it's Discord. Yeah, very nice indeed. This doesn't come with a header in the pack, just the harvester, but I think pretty much most of the headers will attach to it, generally speaking. This you'll find under vehicles, under harvesters. Now the standard one there, the 1090, is 430 grand, 12 slots on console. There aren't a huge amount of options available on the standard in-game one, as you can see. So then we move across to the modded one, 438 grand, a little bit more expensive. Same horsepower off the start. This is 11.57 megabytes download. It will use 32 slots. Compared to a lot of machinery and stuff and things we got in game, I mean, looking at the Lexion that was a Giants one, part of the class pack, that's 37, so really 32 isn't too bad at all. But this has got some tricks up its sleeve as well as the tracks and things like that. So, grain tank, 14,500 litre standard grain tank. Grain tank extension, 21,500 litre grain capacity. Now we've had a John Deere one that did that. That was SiiD, wasn't it? Pretty sure it was SiiD. So yeah, 21,500 litre tank capacity. Impressive. Then we got the option of miters, Michelin, Trelleborg, Lizard, and back. Under miters, we've got the standard New Holland tracks. We can have standard tyres. We can have twin wheels, and you notice the US spec one, generally speaking, the gaps between twins are normally a little bit wider, so there's a slightly wider gap there between the twins, and back to New Holland tracks. Under Michelin, we've got the CNH tracks, which are a little bit wider and a little bit lower. That looks fantastic already. We've then got the Smart tracks. I always think it looks like an old barn, like the profile of an old barn. Then you've got the Smart Tracks 2, which I think I went for. Standard tyres, twin wheels, and back to the CNH tracks. Then under Trelleborg, we've got standard, we've got twin wheels, and back to standard. Under Lizard, we've got LSW, so we've got nice big old LSWs on there, front and rear. Look at the size of those rear tyres. That in itself just looks phenomenal. Hang on, what's gone in here? Yeah, looks great. So then we've got lighting pack. So you've got lighting pack with nothing, and then if you click on lighting pack, adds 1,000. The only thing I could tell, if you look on the very back there, it adds, hang on, what's gone here? It adds 2 lights on that back section. I did kind of go around to see if anything else changed as I went round. I couldn't see anything on the front, unless I'm missing something. Oh, lighting pack off, on. I think it's just the 2 lights in the back. And then we have got the CR1090 US version, or you can have the Euro version that puts those hazard squares on for an extra 1,000 if you want to go down that route. But, like I say, very nice indeed. Let's hop in. 21,500, that's brilliant. Price isn't too out there. Pipe out. Beacons on. Nice low profile beacons. Go for our lights. One on the pipe as well, on the auger. I don't think there's any doors or windows open on this one. What was that for? Oh yeah, the end of the nozzle on the end of the auger. We can adjust the nozzle. L1 and right stick side to side does that. In cab, nicely detailed. Tell you what, it's quiet too. inside and out. That's a nice mod, that. Now, I'm going to whiz past here and put it up here because we're going to need that in a minute. Next up, we've got this beauty. I told you, sensational. The International Transtar by Rowley Christie VSR Modding Sir. This is 14.21 megabytes download, 7 slots on console. It looks lovely. Now, am I right in saying that's a cab over? We don't often, you know, US subscribers and guys out there that you know better than I'm not a lorry truck expert or anything like that, but I like the look of that. Reminds me of something off Convoy. I know there were lots of lorries on Convoy, but just reminds me of that film. Was it Chris Christopherson? Very good film. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, Rowley Christie 1. Did I say how many slots it was? 7 slots. Not too bad on the price, as long as you don't go for the engine upgrade, which I'll explain in just a minute. Lovely looking mod. This you'll find under vehicles, under trucks. So, 75 grand for the standard model. The standard model is 460 horsepower. Now this is one of those annoying menus. If I push forward now to zoom in, it puts me down onto the engine setup and it won't allow me to go back up again onto the other menu. So I've got to come back out again, come back in. Now it will let me do the colours and stuff. So I have to do the colours from out here. It's frustrating, but it is what it is. So main colour, we've got some really lovely ones here. So you've got dry brown, does the main strip in the middle, blue jeans, ruby red aged, there's white gold, and there's a whole load of them. Some fantastic colours in here. So that's main colour. Rim colour, we've got the choice of stainless steel, there's a dark steel, aluminium, chrome, polished, and then pretty much everything else on that palette. There's a gold as well, if you want to do a gold one. Then design colour does the rest of the vehicle, so you can, again, you like mix and match. So it's a chocolate lime, doesn't it? And then, like I say, go across and mix and match and pick to your heart's content. So engine setup at the moment is 460 horsepower. For the International, 460. If you go for the International Harvester Power, 550 horsepower, that adds an extra 70,000. So the price goes from 75 grand up to 145,000. So, I mean, it'd be different if it was going, I suppose, from like, I don't know, 460 up to 800 horsepower. But 460 to 550, I know it's not to be sniffed at, but realistically, I reckon you could get away with 460 on most things. But anyway, those are the options available. That being said, let's hop in. Let's do that again. Horn. Proper horn. Lights. Oh, it looks fantastic, doesn't it? Is it just me? I don't know. Reverse lights on there. In cab. Even better. Look at that. Love it. That is great. What a mod. So there we go. That's the International Transtar by Rowley Christie 1. Gorgeous. Right. Moving on. We've got this. This is the pickup 1969 Brazil. This is 10.3 megabytes download, 6 slots on console. This is by Conta Comigo Modding. I looked at it and for ages kept thinking, what does that looks so familiar. I know that shape. It's an old Toyota Land Cruiser, isn't it? I'm sure that's what it is. I mean, going way back, but that's a Toyota Land Cruiser, isn't it? So a little pickup. Straps in the back. This you'll find under vehicles and cars. There we go, pickup 1969, 26 grand, 200 horsepower. Absolutely mad. 6 slots, I've already said, drops down to 1 if you get another one. You only get it in the blue, there's no colour option on this at all. I don't think there's any doors that open on this, or windows. Pretty sure. Start it up. But if I unfold the car, it does that. So if you want to put pallets and stuff on, whatever you want to put on it, straps you can do from in cab or out of cab individually if you want to. Fold it back up again. Lights. Horn, as you might imagine. In cab, fairly sparse. There's not a lot going on in here, but you've got a steering wheel and you've got pedals and you've got a gear stick. What more do you need? That's a little bit, not quite sure. The colour seems off from the dash to the door, but anyway, it is what it is. Not too expensive, 200 horsepower, you can carry stuff in the back. There you go. That's by Conta, Comigo Modding. Next up, I'm smiling again. AFModding's done it again. If only I'd known. I'm going to have to go back to Six Ashes and buy another one now. Sell my old one. We have got the AFM Santana 88 pickup. That's just my brother's. That's my brother's Land Rover. I mean, so many people say with the little bench seats in the back. I don't recall my brother's having such nice covers in the back of his. They're always a bit of a mess. But the rear tailgates, catching your fingers in those clips. Anyway, if this had only come out 2 days ago, my Land Rover trialling video on Six Ashes would have been a little bit different because I could have had a mixture. But again, cracker of a mod, looks great. I know people have actually just fallen in love with the Santana 88, so having a pickup version of it is absolutely amazing. This you'll find, and that's my own personal opinion because I particularly like them. I know not everyone does. So next to the Santana 88 we've got the pickup, also 50 grand. This one is 19.7 megabytes download, 13 slots on console, which isn't too bad. We changed the main colours, anything on that palette. There are some lovely colours on there to suit any occasion. And then we've got design standard, spare front wheel, spare wheel on the back. You can have a gas can on the back. You can have spare wheel on the front and gas can on the back, or back to nothing at all, whichever you'd rather go for. Very cool. Straps in the back. Also, we can unfold it, we can put that down. Does that actually hook up properly? They do, look. The clips go. Oh, look at that. Floor mat in the back. I mean, that's mint condition, isn't it? I can't remember seeing one in that good condition in a long time. But in car, which I didn't show last time because I got so excited, it's the inside of a Land Rover. I'll tell you what I've always wanted. I know I said about a Series 1. I want an air transportable Land Rovers. A friend of mine stuck an air transportable body on a Range Rover chassis. That thing was incredible for off-roading. There we go. Fantastic. The AFM Santana 88 pickup by AFModding. It gets better. Don't worry. It gets better. I'll say a lot better. It gets better. Next, we've got this. This is the. I've lost it on my list. The 24-ton Beavertail low loader, 3.57 megabytes download, 7 slots on console. This is by GreenBale. We've had a few low loaders from GreenBale recently. This is a triple axle Beavertail, so the whole back section comes down. It does have straps that go quite a long way along, actually, onto the back deck. Actually, that's something I need to show because the last one, that one did stay up when I let the Beavertail down. Bear with me just a second, I'm going to need a vehicle. Oh, that was something I was going to mention. The pickup Brazil doesn't have a rear tow hitch on it. That's about right. So, L1 and X drops it down. Yeah, the strap stays in place again. But there you go. That's it. It's down position, up position, straps on, all or off, all. If you like, so you can do them individually. Lights on, indicators too. Again, I think based off a cane trailer. I did bring out the Brazil pickup on the back of that being towed by this, and when I stopped it didn't move on the trailer. There was no silly movement. It does have side running lights too. This you'll find under tools, under low loaders. There we go, 24 ton Beavertail low loader, 30 grand to buy, and as I said, it was 7 slots on console. There we go. Moving on to this. This thing is mind-bendingly awesome, phenomenal in its own right. It's one of those. I had a weird thought today. I was thinking about, people complaining about mods and saying, oh, over the last few days we've had so many, it's been ridiculous. I remember on FS17 when I was started out first doing mod reviews, because FS15 on console we didn't have mods. We'd have some days where I'd get one mod and I'd review a mod. Some days we might get a couple. We might go 3 or 4 days and not get any. So in all honesty, I think we've had more mods over the last 4 days than, I don't know, the numbers are staggering. This thing is incredible. This is the Transport Trailer 25 metre. This is by Piazada Dough Farm and ZT Modding. 15.89 megabytes download, 14 slots on console. It looks, I say fairly basic. It doesn't actually look fairly basic. There's a few areas here and there where maybe the texturing isn't fantastic. But in all honesty, that doesn't matter. We'll have a look at the options first. This is also on the tools and low loaders. So right on the end there, 26,000 to buy. Options available. Design colour, we can put as anything we want. Let's put it on, I don't know, a bright green. Nothing shows up yet, but don't worry. Main colour does the actual bed of the vehicle, so let's go with blue so it really stands out. So there you go. But there are a whole load of options here. There's metallic ones and all sorts. There's that. Go for that if you want, sort of metallic-y green. And then rim colour, we've got the option of chrome. There's a silver metallic, black chrome, and then we've got some other metallics and then regular kind of palette colours, but all sorts of really cool stuff. Class Monster metallic. We can get all the way back to that. No, it won't let us go all the way back to that. I can't get that far away from it. Right, so then under design, we've got nothing or combine platform support. Oh yes. Attachers. No or trailer hitch, so you can have a trailer hitch on the back, so as well as pulling this you can pull other stuff as well. Then wheel setup, we've got standard or we've got old wheels. Now if you've got old wheels on, it raises the whole thing up quite a lot. Actually, coming from there, look. So that's standard, that's old wheels, raises the whole thing up a little bit more if you want to go down that route. So the pickup itself, well, let's hook up, use this. I need that open. Now if I do R1 and right stick up and down, I can raise and lower my rear ramps. So if I can get all the way back down there, if it will let me zoom out that far. So R1 and right stick up and down, I can raise and lower my rear ramps all up to there. All very lovely. It does have tension straps all the way along it as well, so you can strap pallets down, bales, whatever you want to bring on it, it's entirely up to you. Like I say, it does have a trailer hitch on the back, which is absolutely fabulous. Now, take those straps off. If I go to L1 and R1, and then I've got rotate crane tool, like so, And I've also got open crane tool which does that. So if I do that all the way out to there and then rotate it like so, well actually let's bring it back a little bit, let's bring it back to about there and there. So what will happen now is, if I don't knock my head off, now typically because it's got the divots, that's where your wheels for vehicles and stuff can go. I went and got a harvester with tracks, didn't I? Of course I did. But anyway. So if I can line this up properly. And because I've got tracks, it gets a little bit stuck in the divots there, but don't worry about that. He says, come on, keep going, keep going. Wheels would have been a better choice. So when I get to there, I can lower that down and disconnect my header and then get stuck, which is not what I want to do. There we go. So I get out of the way so I can have my harvester on here because there is so much room. Fold it up. So I'm taking my harvester, actually I might have a bit further back. Depends on the size of your header, and obviously your very large headers have the header trailers kind of attached already. And then what I can do, if I jump in here, it gives me an option there. It says attach New Holland Vary Feed. If I press X, it locks that header onto that holder. L1, R1, I can bring it back and I can rotate it. So I can put that header out of the way, I can bring it back up to this overhang a little bit. As long as my tractor unit can move around, my lorry at the front, I'm good to go. I can then also bring my harvester forward a bit more so I don't hit the rear ramps when they get folded up. Like so. And bring my rear ramps up. Woo. And I'm good to go. Header and harvester. Now it's a big old unit. You don't have to have that header attacher. But that is incredible. I love that as an idea. The design of it. This is not going to work particularly well on very small maps. It will only work if you want to go down that route of, you know, really narrating your delivery of harvesters or transport around a large area or map, but that is a fantastic mod. What a brilliant idea. So when I get where I'm going, put my ramps down. Now this is where I might get a little bit. So what I want to do is rotate it first, swing it back around, like so, then bring it all the way out, and then disconnect. So I pressed X, I've disconnected it. You have to disconnect it, otherwise your harvester won't be able to connect up to it. Because I thought, oh that's pretty cool. You know, get one of the harvester header attachers and load it up with a telehandler. No. Don't need to worry. Grab your header and off you go. Happy days. That is wow. Love that. What a brilliant bit of kit. So there you go, that's the transport trailer 25 metre by Piazada Doe Farm and ZT Modding, which I think brings me on to the last of the mods. Now these are all sensational. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love them. What some cracking mods. This is a game changer. Not just because of what it brings to the game itself, but the potential for what we could get. This is one of those things, again, people have been saying, oh, why can't we have a drone? Now, there used to be a drone mod on PC. I don't know if there is at the moment. This is a drone. This is an agricultural drone. Now, this is used in precision farming. I saw this at Agritechnica as well. You can spot, for weeding, you can do spot herbicide, fungicide. You can do spot fertilizing if you want to. So the drone goes out over a particular patch. It can do drone mapping. They can do all sorts of stuff in the real world. But what's even more mind-boggling with this? This is 1.14 megabytes to download. It's by Tailan, Erik, Team IWMM and Agro mods. It's one slot. Now, there's not a huge amount of detail. When you're getting close to it, it's not fine detail, but everything you need is on there. It's got a little tank on it. That will hold herbicide or fertilizer, 300 litres. and it's a drone. It has one, maybe two small drawbacks, which could be for you annoying, but for me, it's the proof of concept that's the game changer. But also, what it does bring to the game. Yeah, I don't care what anyone says. It's a game changer. I don't say it very often, but it is. Right, let's get into the vehicle. So, I'm in the vehicle. I start it up as normal. Start engine. Now, those fans could probably do a little bit bigger. I mean, you'll be looking at it thinking, oh, there's no way those fans lift up the ground. Okay, let's just dispel physics for a minute and just, you know, like I say, it's the proof of concept. So, L1 and right stick up and down raises and lowers my drone in the air. It goes up to a fair height. It doesn't go all the way up, so it doesn't keep going and keep going and keep going. But it gets to a fair height. Driving it, you would drive as you normally do. Forwards, backwards. I'm going to turn my camera around so I'm actually going the right way. And then you steer it left and right. So it won't necessarily rotate on the spot. You have to actually move forward to get it to rotate. But it will rotate fairly quickly. So is it, you know, as spot on as a real drone would be? No, but like I said, the proof of concept, the shadow on the ground, how is this one slot on console? How is it only 1.14 megabytes? So if I unfold the sprayer, it unfolds those little booms and my nozzles. I can go out to my field, to a spot where I've got some weeds or whatever, and I can spray. I've got 700, well I've sprayed a little bit, I've got a bit of herbicide in here. But the downside is this, it has a collision. The collision, unfortunately, goes... That's just... Honestly, my mind is melting at the moment. The collision goes quite a long way down to the ground. So if I go near a vehicle, watch what happens. It hits it, and you see the vehicle on the ground moving? So the collision to the ground, I'm assuming that's what allows it to have the elevation up and down. It's kind of like invisibly still connected to the ground, I think, which is a minor flaw. Maybe you consider that a major flaw, I don't know. If I go down a little bit, we do have a light. Goes up to 32 miles an hour. Let's bring it down to the ground a little bit more. So let's say I found some weeds that I needed to spot spray. I turn on my sprayer and I spray. Honestly, this is incredible. Now, the other slight downside for me, and this is purely from a YouTubing perspective, now the camera is here, inside. It's not gimbal mounted underneath. Don't get me wrong, it's amazing. But I was thinking straight away, I thought, a drone. Think of the drone shots, think of the photography, the things I can do with this. If the drone was mounted beneath maybe, or in front or something, for me personally, that would make all the difference. But again, it's got a camera inside it on a mod that is 1.14 megabytes in one slot. Now, and that's where we run into problems. This obstacle collision isn't great. That's what I'm saying. That's the only, yeah, that's where you see where the trees are. So this is an open field use thing. But, like I said, as far as game changing goes, the concept of it is there. I would imagine with a few tweaks here and there. But, wow. Lights off. Oh, that was something I meant to say, sorry. Let's start it up and raise it. Let me just get out a second. I can leave it up there. I don't have to be in it. It won't drop to the floor. Can you remotely fly it? No, you have to be in it to fly it, which would be another cool feature if you could actually remotely fly it. But it will stay up there if you hop out of it. But yeah, there you go. This you'll find under vehicles, under fertilising technology. No, it wasn't. It was under crop protection. Vehicles and crop protection, 15,000. That's a little bit of a misnomer, because 800 litres, not 300 litres. 800 litres it will hold. It's already a 3,000 for any colour, so it's actually 18,000, not 15,000. But even so, you can pick any colour you want, which does the top section like that. Oh man, what a few days it's been for mods and the game. And anyway, so that's the agricultural drone by Tailan, Erik, Team IWMM and Agro mods, and I hope I've got them all. Apologies again if I've missed something, I do apologise. That's it for the mods for today on Wednesday. I won't quite quit yet. Let's see what tomorrow brings. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.